Welcome to Puff Sports Radio, NBA Pub Hub. Salute to the ladies, gents, and D-gents for tuning in. You already know it's all love. The NBA is a hell of a drug. And you're looking at the plugs. Yeah, man. Big shout out to Tasha, Star Child, Anderson, real ones in the chat holding it down. Appreciate y'all. We got motherfucking Jersey's finest in the building, Billy the motherfucking Kid. How we doing, my guy?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
Good to hear, my man. And Mr. I don't give a shit. It's Tuesday, so it's only right that we bring, sunshine, a little brightness in from Cali. Our guy, Mr. I don't give a shit. Derl, how we doing?
Man, salute to you, Dutch. Billy, always nice to see you, brother. It's Tuesday, man. Trying to get this bag. Been looking at the board, and more games we play, man, the more comfortable I feel. So it's one of them days, man, where I feel good.
Yeah, man. We got the 5-piece. It is Tombstone Tuesday, and you best believe I'm out for blood. Took it on the chin yesterday. Took it on the chin a little bit yesterday. 0-2. We stand on it though. We're gonna get right. Still up a little over 4 units on the NBA season. It's early. This motherfucker. It's a marathon. So we're gonna get to it, and most importantly, we're gonna get to that bag. But yeah, we're gonna start off right here. We got the motherfucking Memphis Grizzlies going against the Pelicanos in New Orleans. We got the Grizzlies. You get that +4 here. Pelicanos looking at -4. Total at 229. This game did open at -1.5. So a lot of movement here. Obviously, we got no Bane in here. This should be Jaren Jackson's first game back in the NBA. Good to see my man. He's nice. We'll see how healthy he is. Obviously, it'll take a moment to get his legs underneath him, but I'm glad to see him back. But obviously, no Bane is big news. Going to be out here for a short time. We got 58% of the bets on the Pelicanos, 50% of the money on the Memphis Grizzlies. Zion is questionable from the Pelicanos side. Billy, what we doing with this game, my man? You muted, bro.
That's kind of where you got to start, is Zion being questionable, man. First half of a back-to-back here for the Pelicans. They play the Bulls tomorrow at home. I think the big one here is the Grizzlies. Grizzlies are 0-5 ATS in their last 5 road games, 2-6 ATS in their last 8 games, playing on a 1 day of rest. So kind of to avoid the Zion situation and to keep the cap going, I kind of want to take the Pelicans on the spread -3.5, but let's say Zion's out. You probably get that at a better line. I think the cap here is the Grizzlies don't do as they usually do because of Desmond Bane being out, Triple J being back. You know how it is when you get a guy in there with a lot of usage. It takes a couple of games to get them going. I like the Grizzlies under 113.5 team total.
I dig it. Sharp look there from our guy, Billy. Good to have him too here on the Tuesday. It's Derl. You liking this game, my man?
Yeah, man, but you can't step on it just yet until you get the Zion news. And it just depends on which team you like, right? So it seems like Pelicans do want to get things done. Just looking at the numbers, when the Pelicans are at home, they average about 30.5 points. And that is to Memphis averaging 27.3 points away. Now, New Orleans as a fave, they're 28.1 points, and this is all first quarter points, while Memphis as a favorite is 31.3. The shocking thing is that when they're a dog, when Memphis is a dog, they're 23.3 points first quarter plays. Now, mind you, that's because of the Washington game that they just played last. They scored 19 points, right? So this is one of these things to where they're probably going to put up more than 19 points. And I did want to really get there with Memphis, but we've got Zion. We don't know what's going on with Zion. We know Jaren coming in, and you know what they say about star players coming in on that first game, even though I'd like to say that, of course, Ja Morant's more the star than Jaren, but Jaren does help. So I am leaning, haven't made it official, but I am leaning on the over, the 56.5 points total combined in the first quarter. Looking at what Memphis has done, they put up 33 against Minnesota. They put up 38 against San Antonio, 34 against Boston, 24 against Wizards. So for right now, Washington has their number when it comes to first quarter scoring. And on New Orleans side, they put up 34 with the Rockets, 27 to Portland, and 22 to the Bulls, in which they tied that first quarter, and then 30 and 28. So 56.5 looks very, very, very reasonable here. So I'm going to wait to see the news before I step on it. But right now, the play that I'm leaning on is first quarter over 56. It's actually 56, not 56.5.
I dig it. I dig it. Shout out to our guy, Mr. Trifecta, Nasty Nate. I see you, my man. Spencer in the building from the north. I see you, bro. Lucky Power.
I got a quick question for you,
Our
though,
guy.
Dutch.
Let's get it, dude.
We're talking about public money spots, and the two most public money spots on the card today are the Portland Trailblazers and the New Orleans Pelicans. Does that concern you a bit at all? Because it looks like the publics are getting fucked. If you're on the Eagles at any point last night, the books have been raking in money. Does it concern you about these public spots? Because this is a small card. It's not like it's one of those Big 10 game cards where it doesn't really matter where the money's coming in.
It absolutely does, Billy. It definitely does. I would only look the Grizzlies here with the 4 now at this point, to be honest with you. It seems like, and the Pelicanos have shown us that we can't trust them. We cannot trust them. Look what they did against the Blazers, fully healthy, without Dame, without the boys, and they went in there and got waxed at home in New Orleans from start to finish. Strong point there. I don't trust the Pelicanos at all. Definitely. Could see the Grizzlies covering, maybe even fuck around and do something. I mean, in my opinion, they still got the best player on the court in John Morant. So, and he should be able to attack McCollum or whoever else they throw at him. I think he too quick for Mr. Jones. So I would lean the Grizz here, but no action on this. If you got the Pelicanos early, I wouldn't be too mad, to be honest with you. But getting up there 4 or 5, if Zion gets in, you're going to get a better number. I would think Memphis could stay in this basketball game. But next here, we got the motherfucking Clippers. All right, we're going to Dallas, the Mavericks. Luka the motherfucking Don. Open at 6.5. Get 7s out there now. A total at 212. We got 63% of the bets on the LA Clippers, folks. We got 66% of the money on the Dallas Mavericks. We got no Kawhi, obviously. I mean, do I even need to mention this motherfucker? Somebody, I guess we'll just mention it when he does play. Until then, no more motherfucking Kawhi. Wall will play, though. We got John Wall back in the lineup. Take that for what the fuck you will. And Reggie Bullock is questionable here for the Dallas Mavericks. Christian Wood is in the lineup. They're pretty healthy here. I could only, where I'm going with this game. I'm gonna go ahead and let Daryl do his thing, though. Where we at, my man?
Yeah, so this is a tricky situation. I'm looking at know something. Hey, just say the word, man. You talking about wine? Just say the word. Yeah, I think I mentioned something about me hearing something about drinking some wine and then capping the card. Hell yeah, we do that all day. So yeah, to answer your question, sir, just get at me, man. Just get at me. About this game, this one's crazy. So looking at this game, and I really try to target. Now, let me give you, I look at full games all the time, but if I don't see I have an advantage, then of course a niche for me is the first quarter, first half, right? So the Clippers just played last night, right? And from what they're doing, they're averaging first quarter plays, first quarter scoring 27 points, right? So they're averaging 24 or 27 points, while Dallas is averaging 30. So that -2.5 is really close as far as the spread, right? But if you look at them when they're home and away, Clippers actually do better when they're away, right? So they're averaging almost 29 points and Dallas averaging 30 points there. What I looked at is what they've played as of recently, and their scoring is pretty legitimate, right? They're up there in the mid-20s, close to 30 in some games. And I just think you got a good shot with the Clippers and their first quarter scoring, only because Dallas is allowing about 28 points, right? So the first official play that I made, it wasn't one I made, but the first official play on this show that I'm telling you now is I took the LA Clippers over 24.5 points first quarter. I believe they get that number easily. It might get to 26, 27 points, but 24 is just too low for a team that I think is going to come off pretty good. And even at their worst, that's what their average is. So you're going to expect Dallas to play some better defense than what the opponents that they've been really playing so far already. So I do like the Clippers over 24.5 points in the first quarter. Official play for me.
I dig it. Our guy, I need money. Good to see you, my man. Liking Spencer Dinwiddie tonight. He's been balling. He's been doing his thing. Play some motherfucking defense, though, Spence. Goddammit. Bo Jackson, I see you, my man. Jay Peasy in the motherfucking house. Good to see Jay Peasy. I say, my man, Billy might have talked him off the Portland look. We'll see here. What we doing this game, Billy? Where we going, my man?
Yeah, man, it's kind of weird. I had the exact opposite cat than it's Derl on this one. Kind of weird.
I wasn't expecting that, goddammit. But yeah, come on, get us right, Billy. Get us right, goddammit.
That's good.
Yeah, for sure.
The Mavericks have been one of the best first half teams in the NBA so far, posting 11.4 net rating in the first half compared to the Clippers, who are minus 2.5 net rating in the first half. It's like I thought pre-flop before I started looking into the stats. It feels like the Mavs haven't been covering, and damn, I mean, I've been pretty right. 0-5-1 ATS last 6, and 0-7-1 ATS their last 8 games. Feels like too many points for the Mavericks to cover the full game, but I like them first half here. Minus 3.5 first half, minus 120 for the Dallas Mavericks. Second half of back-to-back here for the Clippers. I think the Mavericks get up early and blow the lead late. Seems like the narrative and theme of the Dallas Mavericks, they can't cover shit, so take them first half.
You see that money's come in on the Clips, right? So
yeah, money has been coming in on the Clips. 65% of the money on the Clips.
Yeah, so people are not trusting them to cover that 7, which is now 6.5. But the way I look at it on a back-to-back, they got to come out strong. They're really deep. We know the Clippers have a really deep bench as is. So it's just no wheelchair, no problem really at this point. I just feel that if they're going to get up, they're going to at least give you 26 points, 27 points in the first quarter, a little under what Dallas is already allowing before things really settle down. If you're going to see a blowout in the first quarter, in my opinion, then you got to have the Don making these shots early and often right off the bat. But
the Mavericks rotations are pretty interesting because when they start off the first quarter, they play Luka that whole entire first quarter stint, and then they bench him in the beginning of the second, and then he closes the first half. So I mean, basically Luka against the backups.
Yeah, man. Shout out to our guy DK. I see you, my man. What's this? Kong's Kips, new name in the chat. KK. I need some KK in my life. I see you, my man. Salute to everyone in the chat right now. We got about 170 in here. Everybody hit that motherfucking like button. Like I was hitting that dosey face just a minute ago. Get you right where you need to be. Share the motherfucking video. If you've not subscribed to Puff Sports Radio, well, goddamn it, do it at this time, please. AOD, I see you, my man. I see you. Right. Well, yeah, man. I'm right with Billy, honestly, man. I can't lie. They got Houston on deck tomorrow, so you know what we're gonna do. We're gonna put it on their ass early and often and chill. So we can chill and with Houston's punk ass tomorrow night. So get this shit over with. And you're probably right. Mavericks do fuck around somehow, just find a way to barely win. But I expect these boys to be up early and often by double digits at halftime. I got a unit on each here. First quarter minus 2.5, minus 105. First half minus 3.5. You touched on it, Billy. We get Luka for the whole first, and then obviously he'll come back in the second and finish it off for us. We'll get good money here all day and early and often. I believe they're on another level than the Clippers, and I do think it matters without Kawhi. I really do. I think this team is still trying to find their rotation. Now Wall's back. Who's in? I mean, these motherfuckers are so damn streaky. I mean, they beat Houston, but I mean, that's what they, I mean, that ain't too much to me that they beat Houston. Obviously, they're obviously in a back-to-back as well. So Dallas is still really not played good basketball yet. They haven't. So I expect these boys to start clicking on the defensive end eventually, and then to start running off some wins here. And let's start it with these punk-ass Clippers. But
we got Christian Wood back, man. We got Christian Wood back up in here in the lineup.
Wood's the only one questionable. They're healthy as a motherfucker, man. Play some defense, knock down them threes. I don't see how this game isn't double digits early. Joe Chris, like in the Mavs first quarter as well. I see my man Brian. Good to see Brian in the building. Right next, we're going to what we got here. We got the motherfucking Knickerbockers going to Utah, the Jazz. We got an opening line at minus 4, 4.5 out there now, a total of 231. We got 73% of the bets on the Utah Jazz, 61% of the money on the Jazz. Both teams very healthy here, actually. Both teams very healthy. I like this game here. It's Derl. Do you like this game, my man?
Yeah, man, I stepped on this earlier. I took Jazz first half minus 2.5. So I just think it's one of those things. We've looked at the last 2 outings that the Jazz have had. And if you relate to that party with betting Jazz, and you probably lost money these last 2 games. But something to keep in mind is they've been up first quarters on both against Philly and against Washington. Now they tricked that Washington first half off, right? But they did beat Philly in the first half here. So looking at their record, they are an impressionable 5-0 at home ATS first half. 5-0 at home, right? While the Knicks away are right now 2-4. 2-4 ATS first half. So with these 2 losses, maybe we start seeing some tanking, but I'm going to try to, I don't want to say tanking, but maybe we're seeing the Jazz team we all thought we would expect to see in the beginning of the season. But for right now, I do like Jazz first half -2.5. I believe they'll get more points than New York, obviously, but just looking at their averages, they're giving you 29 and 31. Right. So they're almost at that, right there at that 60 points, in the first half. So in my opinion here, I do like them. I do believe they hold the Knicks. And why are we putting our money on the Knicks right now? Right. Like nobody should be putting their money on the Knicks. So in my opinion, I do like Jazz first half. I've already stepped on that. I stepped on that early this morning. So
yeah,
Jazz,
man, I like
first
it.
half
I like it.
-2.5.
The Knicks usually choke in the second half, she says. Dan, DK with the first. Yeah, this is the first game back from the road trip. Obviously off 2 losses for Utah as well. The first time they've lost back-to-back games this year. Utah's been very impressive. How you feel about this game, Billy?
Man, it's kind of hard to really get a good angle on this one, man. If you look at the win margins, they have Utah to win 1 through 10 at +175 and Utah to win by 11 plus at only +190, which is pretty interesting because the Knicks enter this game in bad form, losing 6 of its last 9 games, all by double digits. I think that's the big one, is the double digits. Out here losing to the fucking Thunder? The Thunder, man?
Like, don't
crazy,
Thunder,
man.
SGA is that brother, man.
But that was a little bit alarming to me. One prop that's like really coming in great and well for me today is Jordan Clarkson over 7.5 rebounds and assists. It's hit 13 of its last 15 games, pace up spot for the Jazz. And I don't know if it's going to make my betting card, but on paper, by the numbers, it should hit. But, man, it feels weird to be betting on Jordan Clarkson's rebounds and assists. But the shit's been hitting, though. So, I mean, each his own, if anybody's looking out there for a player prop.
I hear you. Yeah, my boy, that's funny because my boy, our boy Dabby Cav, he hit me this morning. Man, you got to get Jordan Clarkson. He bested threes every day, but he said he's going to hit the points too. I've been taking it easy on them props, but yeah, man, our guy Billy likes that as well. Yeah, I like the Jazz here, man. I got it down to minus. I got -4. I like this, man. I just think the Jazz, after losing 2 straight games, it's a young team. I know, obviously, the first game back from a road trip, but it's a young team. I like the way they play. They got guys, man. They got guys that could go 25, 30. They shoot the ball well. They share the ball well. And most importantly, they protect home court. My man, Derl did touch on that first half. Well, they're 6-0 straight up at the house. They've not lost a home game yet. I don't think it'll happen against the motherfucking Knicks. I really don't. I do not trust the Knicks at all. Jalen Brunson don't seem like he's really he has his moments, but I don't know if that's a solid fit there. You got a whole bunch of left-handers. You got some bench players that can have their moments, but overall they're suspect as fuck from the perimeter, and I don't think they're going to do well in Utah by any means. So give me the -4, 4.5. Buy that down to 120 if you have to, because I don't really like the hookers, especially in the motherfucking NBA. But yeah, I like the Knicks here. I like the Jazz. I like to fade the Knicks at any time, realistically, especially on the road here. And we got a hungry Utah team losing 2 straight, and once again have not lost a home game all year. So I'm digging the Jazz here. This is our boy Rayhan, motherfucking San Antonio's finest out there in Southtown 101 country with the $4.99 donut. We appreciate you, Rayhan. Hope all is well with the children, the fam. I know you're doing big things, my man. Appreciate you. Next game here, we got speaking of motherfucking San Antonio, we got the Spurs going to P-Town, Portland. Now, I don't know if you know about the Portland Trail Blazers, but they got some good, you get some good cushion P-Town, you get some good food, and it is the strip club capital of the world. So, I might have to find myself in P-Town pretty soon. San Antonio goes in there. We got a -7.5, all the way up, open, at 7.5, all the way to 8.5 now at this time. We got 81% of the money on the Blazers, of the bets on the Blazers, and 88% of the money on the Portland Trail Blazers here. We got no Trey Jones, no Romeo Langford for the San Antonio Spurs. Winslow's questionable, and the big boy Nurkic is questionable as well here for Portland. I know a lot of cats do like P-Town tonight. This game, I don't know what to do with this game. Billy, what you like with this game, my man?
Man, this might be the first backward of the day for me, man. No Trey Jones, no Billy Brisbane on the Spurs for me, man. Who the fuck they got out there for the Spurs, man? It seems like every once in a blue moon, the Spurs give us like a we're playing for pop, and then the next day we're tanking for pop. It's just like, man, y'all got to pick which one y'all want to be, man. Y'all want to be one of the bottom feeders in the NBA so we can fade your ass, or are you guys going to be the cream of the crop? No Spurs props on the prop market, but if we can get a couple 3-point props, I mean, Devin Vessel and Keldon Johnson, I mean, it's been literal free money. They're over 2.5 3-pointers. I mean, they've been great now. Some of the best 3-point shooting props to be hitting. Damian Lillard would probably be my angle here, but man, this is a backwood for me.
All right. There we go. He gave it to you. You gave him a little something, but he still gave you the backwood. Shout out to the Iceman, Vic, on the ones and twos in the back, holding us down. We appreciate you, Vic. Everyone in here right now, show some love, hit the like button, and let's get it there. Where we at, man? Where we at? You fucking with P-Town? You fucking with the San Antonio Spurs, bro?
Nah, man, I'm straight. I don't give a fucking shit about this game. Not really. Okay. I mean, I believe Portland was on a road trip, right? They're on a little road trip for a minute, so they're coming back to the house.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's rules to this shit and how you do it. So, personally, you would think that the Spurs should blow them out, or the Blazers should blow them out. That line didn't move up a whole point, which I think was the most movement in the game, or second to most. This one here, man, I've never liked to bet on the Trailblazers, right? Never. But they are exceeding where they should also be, in comparison to how the Jazz is exceeding. So I don't know if this is just a true record, if this team is really, really good. But for right now, man, it's not a game really I want to bet on. I mean, these guys are 3-2 at home, 9-4 overall. I don't have any interest right now, especially with the Blazers, especially laying 8.5 points. I'm cool for right now.
You fuck around and take the Blazers, and Nurkic be out. DCG Eubanks come across the screen as a starting center and be like, fuck.
Man, come on, man. What are we doing?
Shout out to Gomez, Joseph Gomez. I see you, my man. Gentleman's guidebook, I see you. Yeah, 3 days. They had 2 days off, I believe, but they did have a 6-game road trip. First game back from a 6-game road trip, and I did just see. Yeah, they did have 3 days off. So yeah, you're right, my man. Shout out to my man dropping knowledge. So yeah, they're well rested. They are well rested. I will say that. But now last game on the motherfucking card. I know a lot of cats like this game as well. This one a little tricky for me, but we got the Brooklyn motherfucking Nets going into Sacramento proud. The Sacramento Kings off 3 straight wins, 53% of the bets on the Nets, 86% of the money on the Nets. Open at 1.5. Obviously a little bit of line movement here, down to 1. Total at 226. Billy, what we doing this game, my man?
This is the one, man. Game of the day right here, man. The Kings shouldn't be favored against anybody. Right. My personal opinion. 2-2 as favorites, and that's 3-0 last time that they've been underdogs. Usually you want to back Brooklyn on the road and not at home. The Nets have been rolling of recent since the Nash departure, and historically a good spot for Brooklyn as they're 5-2 in the last 7 in Sacramento and 20-7 last 27 games versus the Kings. I think it's a sneaky under the radar spot for props too. Favorite prop of the day is going to come from this game. It's going to be Kevin Huerter over 2.5 3-pointers, hit 9 out of the last 12 games. Brooklyn is bottom 6 in defending 3-pointers. Kevin Huerter is going to go up and over. You're going to be like, why the fuck am I betting on a ginger? But this ginger's going to get you your money tonight. It's not Andy Dalton or one of those other fake gingers out there in the world. Kevin Huerter's a bucket tonight, but it won't be enough for them to get over the Nets because I'm on the Nets money line as well. Play of the day, 2 plays of the day coming from this game.
My man, fucking with the Nets world. Justin, the Nets world needed Curry, Clax, and Ben. Yeah, everybody's a go for the Brooklyn Nets. Everybody's a go in both of these games, obviously. I believe Holmes is a DNP, and then obviously Kyrie motherfucking Irving. We don't know what the fuck he's doing. But the Brooklyn Nets are healthy for who wants to fucking check in to play NBA basketball. Derl, what we doing this game, bro?
Yeah, I think everybody is looking at the Kings because if anything, it was a poor performance with the Nets against the Lakers, right? How did they lose that game? I mean, it was, I believe, a back-to-back for the Nets. It was just a bad spot for them. I tried to get here with the Nets, but I can make equal arguments for both squads. And I think with the line itself being so low, it's just a toss-up, really. This should be a king spot just based upon the numbers and how they play, specifically in the second quarter. Is where they show that they can even kind of, they're able to last tough times, if you will. So the Kings' strongest quarter is their second quarter. because I was going to make a case to take the Nets in the first half. But that second quarter is everything to the Kings. So what you'll see happen is if this game is very, very close in the first quarter, or even if Brooklyn's up in the first quarter, then the Kings will have that capacity to come back in the second quarter and make it kind of even at the first half. Wouldn't even be surprised if this is a tie game first half. But I did look also at Keegan Murray. I know a lot of people are going to be on De'Aaron Fox, but I was looking at Keegan Murray and what he's done and wanted to get there with his points being at 12.5. That was also minus money. It was minus 107. He's attempting a lot of threes, right? He's kind of up there. He put up 21 points last game against Golden State. He had 9 attempts, right? He had 9 attempts in that game. He had 3 attempts to get against the Lakers, but he was 0 for 3. Right. So I was thinking if he's going to get those looks, maybe he just needs to drop them. And so it's one of these things, man, to where I feel like this is a net spot, but the Kings have been playing really good as of late. Right. And they do come alive in that second quarter. And so it could be this just kind of teeter back and forth between these squads to where it's coming down late in the game and the Kings might just ink it out. But I don't see a really, really big lead being, held for long. I just think this game goes back and forth. Because of that, I couldn't get on a spot. So if anything, I am leaning Keegan's points. The only thing that stops me from getting there is the fact that he had 6 points against Golden State the first time they met within these last 5 game spread. And he had 14 points against Cleveland. He had 2 points against LA, and he had 21 points against Golden State again. So it just seems as if I don't know. I want to get there with Keegan because at 12.5 points for somebody that's attempting 9 and 10 threes a game should be a cakewalk. And the fact that it's not plus money, man, I tell you, that seems like the spot to go to. So I am leaning Keegan Murray, 12.5 points. Just have to dig a little deeper.
Yeah, man.
I have a question for you, Derl.
Mm-hmm.
If they gave you, in a hypothetical world scenario, a free bet on a full game money line in this game, which one would you take? Because this is like the coin flip of the day.
I would, if I'm going to X out the Laker game, right? If I'm right, tell me if I'm wrong, but the Nets have been a top defensive team since the exit of Steve Nash.
Yeah, they're number 1 last 5 games.
Yeah, I mean, so how do defense is going to always be able to carry you, right? You've always heard that old verbiage that defense wins championships. But if you got the defense, if you're closing out on your spots, if you're helping on rotations, then that can disrupt your whatever offense strategy you have in mind. And this is when you kind of get a little iso ball in play. And this is when you got players who where if one person isn't hot, man, then I mean they'll dish the ball around and try to get somebody open. Or it just seems like, in my opinion, because the Nets are good at defense right now, they should be able to disrupt the hotness that the Kings have. Bottom line.
Where it could revert back to the mean.
What's that?
It could revert back to the mean. Like, there's no way they finish number 1 defensive rating at the end of the season.
Yeah. And I mean, it was a back-to-back against the Lakers. Lakers, for what it's worth, is also a good defensive squad. So, I mean, but would this line be the way it is if they hadn't had that bad loss to the Lakers? Right? Like, I don't think so. I don't think so. So I do think that the Nets are the better team. The Kings have been hot. I mean, they beat the Clippers. They beat the Knicks. They lost to Dallas. They beat Charlotte. They beat Washington, right? So that one Laker loss there, it seems like it's determined what this line is going to be. But they've been playing good defense. They just happen to play off a back-to-back, travel back-to-back at that, right? And I just don't know if this is one of these things to where the Kings are going to be able to withstand. You're going to really see how well the coaching is if they're able to bounce back off of this loss.
All right, God damn it. No Kings, no Brooklyn for Derl. I mean, God damn. Leaning motherfucking Gucci Mane over here, God damn it. Hey,
yeah,
you gotta pick a side now, motherfucker.
I can't, man. I just can't. I can't. But I do feel that this if you put a gun in my head, man, make me choose full game, it would be Brooklyn Nets.
All right. Brooklyn Nets full game for motherfucking this Derl. Goddamn, it's about damn time. Hey, real talk though. Shout out to Germo Zatucci. I see you, my man. Much love to you and the fan. Hope all is well. Mr. Heat,
up, man.
Yeah, Mr. Heat. Real talk. I appreciate you too. But I dig that Sabonis day, man. You took the words right out of my head. I think Sabonis gonna eat tonight. I don't have any action on this game. I'm gonna root for the motherfuckers that I know a lot of my guys on the Nets today. Just like as Billy is. So I'm gonna stay away from this game. But I'm not getting in front of De'Aaron Fox right now. They won 3 straight. Daryl said a lot, and what he said was true about them Kings, bro. You can't go far. You can't dodge them right now. I wouldn't step in front, but then again, Brooklyn has been playing really good basketball as well, off a big loss to the Lakers. So I agree with what Daryl says, is you can make case for both sides here. So I'm gonna stay the fuck off of it. And whoever best this game, man, best of luck with it. Walt, my guy, Walter Trotter, wham, motherfucking bam, coming in on his day off, or on the day he's working, vibing out with us for a quick minute. Appreciate you joining us, my man. Salute to you. And hit the motherfucking like button, like our boy said.
Hey, man, y'all cutting up in the chat right now.
Shout out to Chris Rock, a new name in the chat. I see you, my man. If everyone would right now, real quick, hit that motherfucking like button. Run it up like we about to run up these accounts. Believe it. All right, let's get to it. SeatGeek, one word, I believe it's Pub Sports. One word, Pub Sports for SeatGeek. $20 off. All right, you want to take the fam to an event. You want to see some concerts, live NBA, live NFL, live college basketball. It's all going right fucking now. Go to SeatGeek, one word, Pub Sports. Get $20 off. And then, of course, we're all degenerates. You like that Prize Picks. We like money. You deposit $100, you get $200. One word, Pub Sports. Actually, I believe it's Pub Sports Radio here on Prize Picks. $100, you deposit $100, you get $100. 2 words, Pub Sports Radio. Be sure to check out Prize Picks. Run it the fuck up and get out with your cash. Before we get up out of here, Billy, let me know what the best look on the board is, my guy.
Best look on the board today. You got to go down there in Sacramento, man. The game that we were talking about the most, because it's the game that should be.
God damn it.
Man. God damn it. Take the Brooklyn Nets money line before that shit becomes minus money in a week from now. Man, we're getting in early and often here, and we're going to take Kevin Huerter over 2.5 3-pointers. I don't support the love of gingers, but this one I do.
My man, Kevin. I like that look, actually. I do. He's been balling out. Got a little chip on the shoulder out there in Sacramento. Become a little Bay, little G out there in the Bay, close to the Bay. All right, my man, Daryl. What's the best look on the board in your opinion, my man?
Utah Jazz, first half, minus 2.5. I stepped on that early. I really, really think that's going to be a game they get up for. I like it. Utah Jazz, minus 2.5. They should handle the Knicks.
I dig it. I do have a play on that game, full game with Utah. But to me, the best looks on the board is the Dallas motherfucking Mavericks. Luka the motherfucking Don. The stars will shine in Dallas. First quarter, minus 2.5, minus 105. And let's get that first half money to 3.5. They will be up by double digits, I believe, at halftime. Early and often, Dallas Mavericks. Let's get that money. Billy, before we get up out of here, man, what else you got going on? We got some fights going on this weekend, my man.
Yeah, UFC Vegas 65, last fight card before the break. Derek Lewis, Sergey Spivak. If you saw 2 fat heavyweights start fighting in the bar, you'd be pretty interested. So come check us out on Saturday. Come make some cash, baby.
Hey, Spivak should knock the shit out of this man, right?
Hey, man, I thought that many a times when Derek Lewis fights him and broke his fuck the next day. So I'm just bet the under in that. Pray somebody does.
Yeah, man. Shout out to our guy, LJ. Be sure to follow LJ from H-Town. LJ Sports Media, always doing big things, giving out a lot of props to my man. Digs deep into that shit. Must follow. Yeah. Appreciate your hard work, my guy. DK, Renzo, I see you, my man. Daryl, what we got going? I know you'll be back on Thursday. We'll break bread.
Back on Thursday, man. We'll take off on tomorrow, so I'll be cheering for my man's LJ, who will be on Pub Sports in the morning. And then back on Thursday, man. It's a good week, man. I got some things going. Hey, like I say, man, my mantra is any day on this side of the day, or any day on this side of the grass is a good day, bro. So just keep trucking, man. I'm gonna do my thing over here. You do your thing over there, and don't worry about it.
Yeah, man. That's why I say any day on the grass is a good motherfucking day, in my opinion. But keep the grass. Hey, but yeah, I dig it though. I love the vibes. Everyone in the chat, man, you know what it is. It's Pub Sports Radio. It's 4 p.m. Eastern time here. NBA Pub Hub. We got shows throughout the motherfucking day. So just vibe out with Pub Sports Radio. We will find a way to get you to the motherfucking bag. Believe that. Tomorrow we got the whole crew vibing out right here again. So be sure to vibe out with us. DJ Woodworker, RVD, row your boat. Good to see you, my man. Jay Gomez, everyone in the chat. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the motherfucking video. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed, and let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah, man.